Yes, YouTube. Just wanted to make a video about this setup, why I had conviction in it, why I didn't have conviction in it earlier, and what I've noticed that creates AMD setups with more conviction, basically. So I'm gonna rewind to what I saw when I first logged on, which was 6 o'clock in the morning. This also, I've started to realise that there's a lot of accumulation setups in London, and I've just basically been waking up too late to see them. But almost every single day I've back tested so far, there's been a setup. So that's interesting. But okay, so basically, in hindsight now, this, you can tell that it's just not gonna go. But basically want to try and remember what it was that made me feel like it wasn't going to go to start with, because obviously hindsight's a lot easier, and I did actually take this trade, so it's just for looking at it now that hindsight is easier. But to start with, you could have argued that this was the accumulation here, there's the manipulation, and there's the distribution. Now, first thing I didn't like, first thing I didn't like was that we didn't close strong. Like, this pushed back up on like most of these time frames. We just didn't close strong into the range. 15, you could argue it did, but again, there isn't a big push up as well. I think that's the thing though. There's a push up from there, which you could see as the manipulation, but something I've started to learn about what makes a good AMD setup is a lot of it is in the distribution, and most of the time I want to see a gap that is kind of inside the range, not just at the top or not outside of it, but like kind of inside of it, like here, somewhere like that really is big and really gets destroyed. And there isn't one here, even though this looks like a really good setup. And the more I look at this, the more I'm like, wow, look, I can't believe I didn't take it, but I'm obviously seeing this really clearly for me to not have wanted to take that. Because all the signs say it was good. Look, we got a 30-minute gap tapped into, we got an hour gap tapped into, like all of these things, the other things, like, make sense. Obviously there's also this where fights against it that says, you know, the accumulation started from here, or the same with the 15-minute. Part of me, once I'd decided I weren't going to take it, I was like, okay, if it comes back up, it needs to come past this area. So that did help in the conviction to say that, like, technically there is a bigger area to face. But yeah, there was just something about it. I think also because it was so early as well, I thought 6 o'clock is a bit early to be doing it. So I guess time came and helped. But to be honest, the biggest conviction was the lack of volume with the manipulation and the distribution, because look at this volume coming in now, and look at that gap that it's made. So we've now, compared to that, we've now made a much bigger gap, actually in the range, not just at the top like here, but deep in the range. Not only that, is these people have lost. The manipulation was like a lot higher than these, but it's more that, like, we had volume coming in, and there was genuine gaps that got left behind. Like this 15-minute one is quite big, this 5-minute one's big, and it got tapped into on the way up, which gave it kind of much more strength, because if we're gonna come down and invert it after it's been tapped into, then that's a lot stronger. Still had to wait for this to invert, and it wasn't the strongest inversion as well. I feel like it could have definitely been stronger, and like I remember saying when I took it, I was like, okay, semi kind of wish I waited for the 3-minute version as well. But at the same time, once that happened, I'd have been not too late, but it would have felt like it was running away from me at that point. So I was kind of glad I still got in there at the 5-minute. It wasn't a bad inversion, but even 15-minute, like you'd have been a much lower entry, but still sometimes it is worth waiting for. And it's volume. Like if you think about AMD, it's like the A is lack of volume, so, and the M is volume, and the D is volume. So if we're accumulating like this, and then we get that candle, and then that coming back down, it's like, this ain't volume. Where's the volume in that? And it's like there's no real area here that the manipulation started from. Like you can clearly see where the volume came in here, and it's almost like using that. It's like the manipulation needs to come from within the accumulation, and then we need to come right past it again for it to be like, okay, this is go time now. Because here the manipulation came from pretty much at the top. Like it's not it. But yeah, that gave me the conviction on that trade. Let's see if there's any more that happen. Obviously we do come down and hit that lower. Also, I didn't have particularly a higher time for a target, I don't think. I don't know why I've got them that low more attack. I think maybe just because of that coming into there, but no. Realistically, literally, like I said, I wouldn't be taking a trade like that until we strongly close past that as an area. Like, yeah, we close past there, but also this is shit. This ain't a good shape. It will probably go, but it's not a good shape. Let's see if it goes back up the other way. So what we got here is that you could get, I guess you could now see that as it. Thing is, I wouldn't take a trade like this, because when you've got a drawn liquidity that is close, and then you get something that says the opposite, it's like, it's just not worth taking sometimes. So I actually don't think this would work, but if I took it, I'd probably take this 15-minute gap here. Be interested to see if it actually goes. That does look strong actually, I'm not gonna lie. But all that strength to me has come from the distribution. My conviction in that trade has come from how well that's distributed through an area that's deep inside the gap. Like, look where that is. It's not down here. It's not outside. It's like deep in there. So to me, actually, that might actually hit. Like I said, it's not a trade I'm going to take, because we're very counter trend at that point. Yeah, like it does hit. And it's like, it's volume, it's like lack of volume, and then volume, and then you could argue like here, you're like, okay, I've just said that that's volume, but look at it compared, look at the comparison. Like here, the size of the candles are small, and then suddenly bang, we get in the place that we care about looking for, we get a big candle that way, big candle that way, big candles coming back down straight like that. And then when you compare it to this, same thing, these candles look big, but when you zoom out, these candles are monsters compared. and for us to be like, okay, bang, we're gonna go that way, bang, we're gonna come straight back up into it, deep into it, and then come back and slap it, and that's it. I really think that is a very important part of this model. Is the volume. It's like, it's all the things go hand in hand, but it's like things have to make sense. And to have a gap that's deep inside, that gives that conviction. Because if this is a fake out, because sometimes I'll take trades, right, that come down like this. I'll see if I've got it on Notion. Because I know I took one recently that was really shit. It was like a tiny little 1 minute gap they hit. It was really bad. Break even. Yeah, look, it was this. So I had the idea that this was a protected high. All of this had accumulated. This looks horrible, I'm not gonna lie, this looks really bad, but look at that for a shit trade. Like, there's no conviction coming up. We've hardly even closed back inside of this range. All we've done is pushed up and come right back down. The gap's not big. Like, this is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. What is this? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, this is it, I guess. Let's try one more day. See if we can catch anything. Because these really are occurring on every time frame as well. Like, if we're looking for a 4 hour, we're gonna, it's tough though, because I guess that's the other thing, like a real accumulation isn't gonna have this kind of area as well. Like, we'd be looking more like this, and then we wouldn't have pushed this far down. Like, this doesn't give me conviction at all. The size, like, all the size just doesn't make sense in comparison to each other. I'm not seeing anything crazy at the moment. I think that looks like it's accumulating a bit. But I honestly don't know where we're going, because we're making higher highs here. That looks good actually. We took that. Why have we took that? And we took it with volume, and we closed back inside deeply. I don't love it though. I don't love it, because I think, why did we come higher if we haven't took that low? Why have we come back up again? The context behind it makes no sense. Plus, that hasn't really done any more damage than that has done. So I don't trust this for that reason. Plus, we haven't closed past this 30-minute gap strongly either, so to be honest, maybe I think we're going higher. There's also like here, this shape does not say to me bearish. Like, yeah, this could have been an accumulation here, and then if we came up here and came back down and started inverting this shit, this would look good. But sometimes, like, where the accumulations have started gathering can give an idea as to where we're going sometimes. I don't know. That looks actually nice. Don't love it actually. Probably go, but I don't love it. I wouldn't take it. This looks like an accumulation kind of thing here. Really don't know where we're going to go here, but let's see. Okay. Also, I need to, if I've found an accumulation on the 30 minute, I need to be taking the move on the 30 minute. Because honestly, like when I drop to the 5, this does not look like an accumulation. So I couldn't really take that as a gap. Maybe that as a gap. Not taking this, not a chance. If I'd even taken the high. This is not giving me conviction in any way, shape or form. Wait for a bigger move here because I don't trust this at all. Oh, it's a big rejection. Maybe that could be protected because we broke structure and pushed up. None of this has took liquidity and broke structure yet. Don't love this as an accumulation because of the lack of like clear area for distribution. There's nothing clear here. Maybe this 15-minute gap, but I think if it inverts, it'll probably go without us. No way that was manipulation there. Madness. Okay. I'm still thinking we come below and go back up, to be honest. That's how I see it. Plus, look, now we've made something on the 30. This looks more tasty on the 30. Also, something to add to this, I don't know where we're going here. And there's no clear accumulations to tell me where we're going. So I'm just playing shit out right now. I have an idea that we should be going up here, but that's about it at the moment. That idea might never come to fruition. I've got an accumulation here. No gaps. Would I take that if that inverted? I don't know. It didn't invert anyway, so it doesn't matter. Whoa, okay. Bang bang both sides, not even a single chance to get in. This could turn around again and come back up. Because we've got between that high, still didn't break it. Yeah, look, coming back up. There's our accumulation. For now, I'll delete that. Don't love this. Yeah, look at that 1 minute gap, it's a monster. Really don't love this. But we'll see. 27, that's closed though. Shit, I don't love it. I don't think I'm gonna be in on this. I think it's just one of them days. I feel like that should go, but problem is that 1 minute's so high up. It should hit still the other one. Maybe not. No. See, this is why I didn't take it. It's just like, it's where it pushes out from. I don't know what it was about that, but just, I think it's the volume that way. Like this wick is just not, it doesn't feel like part of an accumulation. But obviously it did come up and take that, so. That was the first day I haven't really had a trade for a London session. Let's do one more day and see what we can get. Looks like an accumulation here on the daily. What day is it? Monday, so that's from all of last week. Pretty much all of last week, except for Monday there. So I'd want to see something in there. I think if we invert that, we're going higher. If we reject that, we might come back into this. Equal highs as well, so that should be the target for now. Let's see. No real accumulation here. Don't really want to see that get broken. Let's see, it might accumulate now for a little bit. Don't see any accumulation yet, but we'll see. Don't want to speak to see, but it looks like we're accumulating now already. It's really not that strong though. This needs to like stay here for a while if it's gonna get strength. Right, okay. Do I like it? Not really. Do I think it'll go? Yeah. I don't like it. We're bouncing off that. We've invited that or we've come really into no man's land. Just doesn't feel like much, so I'm gonna leave it. I think it'll go there. Yeah, it does go. I want to see this come into there. So maybe another 15-minute gap. Another manipulation. It's going to give us another chance to get in this, isn't it? Okay, I might have to take this. I really might have to take this. Don't love it though. Again, I do not love this. Five-minute doesn't even exist. No, it does. It's this This is building up for something bigger, I know it is. The only thing that makes me want to take this is that I think we're coming into there. That's the only reason why I would think to take this. I'm gonna skip it because I feel like in the next hour and a half I might get a better option. And it does hit. But now I like this gap. So let's see if we can get anything in it. I'm not gonna lie, part of me, like, if this goes and it fails, then it's good. Like, my mind is partly saying, like, oh, you shouldn't listen to yourself, like, you should take more risk, you should take jumping them other trades. But to me, I've made good decisions in this. What? Oh yeah, you like it? Yeah, we're done. I'll be done in a sec, literally probably 5 minutes. And then I'll come and see you. Okay. Alright. No loss there though. No loss. So, still a win for me. That was not a bad move. But we are definitely gearing up for a bigger sweep. Like this high is going for sure soon. See, can we get anything in the next half hour? I don't love this because there's just no. Dude, that's good though. I'm distributing heavy through that. 15 rejected, failed. Right, nothing to there. One more dagger one. Let's see. Alright, so now maybe this is the accumulation. Which means that would be the gap. Jesus. Plus I'd want to see it come lower before we go into it, so still nothing, unfortunately. That's the draw. That's definitely the draw. Accumulated there. Dip down. Don't think I'm going to get to get in on this. Because what price would we need to be like? Yeah, I'd have to come all the way into the side and make up for me to get in on that. Let's see if it does. Ooh, 5-minute option. Really no good accumulation, so I'm not in on that. Might go, but I'm not interested. Okay, I like that we're accumulating here. That's why I ain't getting on this. Try to trick me. Alright, this looks promising. We still don't have some volume pushing out of here yet. Alright, there's the volume. Into a gap, lovely. Really nice stuff here. So instead of jumping in this now, going towards that, I'm just going to take the short one. Or should I just jump in on this anyway? feels are jumping on this. I'm not gonna because we already took all of this stuff, so it could fail, but I don't think it will, but I think it could. Anyway, go back to this 5-minute one. Volume, see, volume. Damn, okay. See, that's not the gap, that's the gap that says this is gonna go now. Ooh, that's why you don't take counter moves, homies. Still holding this. 5-minute gap might run away without us. Alright, I'm gonna miss. Really bad, but only a couple pips on one. I think I'm gonna get in 1% on there. See if we can get a better price. My better price would be, I want at least that. Ooh, 3-minute gap holding. Don't think it really makes a big difference, so I'm still gonna get in on this. Ooh, that is not a good sign. Somehow it's still alive in here. Alright, we're making it out. We're making it out, folks. So both are 100. There's TP. And there's TP. Okay, break even now. That high. And now we just ride it out. See what we get. Might be break even. Both break even. Yeah, good shit. Could have got in. But yeah. Anyway, moral of the story is volume. Volume's going to tell us what we need to know. If this comes volume crashing down, bang, and then comes crashing right back up through a gap there. Granted as well, this one's tough because that gap isn't in the range, like I just said, we needed to wait for. And to be honest, I think that's why we had such a speed bump here, but that's a difficult thing to. Once we invert up here, there's no way we're going to get in. But I don't know, it's kind of like where the inversion from the volume starts, and the volume needs to make sense compared to this. Like bang, 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 come down, done our damage, now we come back up, invert it, strong. Now we got a conviction. This one obviously had a bit more conviction because this was a protected low as well.